We are ready to welcome our first fighters to the ring. Please welcome first, making their way to the blue corner, from Manchester, John Spencer!
John Spencer making his way to the ring, very, very experienced fighter, 2-48 in professional mixed martial arts, 1-42 as a pro boxer, and 0-3 in bare knuckle under BKB and BKFC. He is a man who everyone knows. He comes on short notice, any man, any time. But when he turns up and he wants to have a crack, he really can be a troublesome opponent. A note to make about John, he's back in action on February the 8th, so next week against Tommy Stridham in BKFC, so hopefully he doesn't get too many cuts here, Paolo, otherwise he won't be able to go ahead with that fight.
Certainly, so he may be looking for an early night, get a quick finish, go home looking good looking.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent making his way to the red corner, representing hard hitters, the Chilean foot soldier, Ryan BRETHERTON!
Coming to the ring now, Ryan BRETHERTON, 25-year-old, an explosive fighter. He carries power, and on the front foot, we're expecting a barnstormer for him tonight. Northwest champion with a different promotion, and tonight I think we're having a barnstormer for the opening fight. He's got big plans for the future, great goals. He's looking forward to impressing us all tonight and show us what he can do. He's got dreams of more professional boxing, more bare knuckle boxing as a professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, this hybrid boxing contest has been matched over 5 2-minute rounds and will take place at 72 kilograms. All of our action is sanctioned by ISKA, and our referee in charge for this contest is Alan Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, now our fighters are in the ring. Let's welcome them. And please, Fusion, make some noise! Introducing our first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black shorts, from Manchester, John Spencer! And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent facing him across the ring and fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white shorts with black. Representing the Hard Hitters Gym, the Chilean foot soldier, Ryan BRETHERTON!
Ryan BRETHERTON, along with coach, trainer Craig Roberts. He's got a lot of love for Craig Roberts, who's really brought him out as a fighter. Here we go.
And of course, another one from Hard Hitters Gym. There's about half of the card from Luke Nevin's gym, so they've got a bit of pressure on themselves here.
And the opening bell, Spencer taking the back foot and just keeping it long. BRETHERTON taking centre ring and starting to fire off.
Spencer riding the ropes here, looking for that overhand right. That's the shot we've seen come over the top once or twice. He's caught him there into a clinch.
BRETHERTON landed some good shots to the ribs there of Spencer. Spencer, of course, fought on the last show on the 5th of October, lost a decision against Ryan Forrester. Patient fighter experience, got great movement. Backs against the ropes there.
43 fights in professional boxing as a journeyman. He's used to feeling out fights. He's used to seeing them through the distance, but Forrester is looking to get this done quickly.
Lovely tight fight so far. BRETHERTON comes forward again. BRETHERTON taking centre ring there, and as he promised, a front foot fighter. Got a big swing and a miss there. Backs him against the ropes and lands some heavy shots into the ribs of Spencer. Referee separates them.
Good body shot there from Bretherton. Spencer rides it backwards. Steps back.
I'd like to see John use that jab a little bit more. He's throwing those right hands. He's becoming quite predictable. I think he wants to mix that up, that shot. It's clear what he's aiming for. A jab to the body to bring those hands down, and a right hand over the top would do absolute money for him in this position.
Certainly Spencer's got more of a low guard there, which is better for the endurance and good for flicking shots up unpredictably. Bretherton charges and backs him up against the ropes again there. Spencer uses his experience and manages to tie him up.
But crucially, you mentioned hands down low, but he brings them up when he needs to, and that's the most important thing, especially in these 4-ounce gloves.
End of the first round, lovely first round. As expected, Bretherton came forward, sat on the front foot. Spencer, patient, great movement, great defence. I'd probably give that one to Bretherton.
I think it really depends on what you like, but Bretherton was very much on the front foot there. Looked like he landed some more eye-catching shots, threw more with his hands. He probably edges that one for me, but you can see what John Spencer's trying to do, and there was a brilliant overhand right at the start of the round, which really could cause problems if Bretherton isn't aware of it.
Absolutely. Spencer went a full 5 rounds in the last show with no problems against Brian Forrester. He didn't get the decision, but he kept sustaining himself all the way through the 5 rounds, so Spencer's got no problem riding this one out. I'd be interested to see how Bretherton manages through as time goes on. He's been a lot more active, a lot more come forward. I'm wondering, will he tire? Not necessarily. He looks okay so far.
Spencer very good at pacing himself. He's fought over 6 and 8 minute rounds in the professional boxing ranks. He knows what he's doing. He might have used that round for a feel out, and it looks as though he's coming out on the front foot here.
Absolutely. They meet in the middle of the ring now. Spencer brings his hand down, tries to allure his opponent in.
Ooh. Left hand just missing the target there.
Bretherton getting active now. Spencer calls him on. Nice right hand that Bretherton takes very well with no problems.
Just a feeling out process here as the two men line up their shots. You can see that reactive right hand from John Spencer. He's waiting for Bretherton to come in and he's looking to catch him with that, but as I say, he wants to mix that up. It's a good shot. You know, when it catches him, it looks as though it's getting Bretherton's attention, but he's got to be careful. Being second is a very dangerous game.
Yes, you've got to have the reactions for it. Bretherton's having some success with throwing the jab and then a big right hook to the body. Potentially Spencer, if he manages to keep on with that, he could counter a left hook over the top. Referee having a word with them both now, making sure that the action is flowing. But Bretherton's had some good action with that right hand to the body. Spencer coming now with a higher guard, right in the centre of the ring. Oh, time is paused, one moment. Just making sure that the ring is properly adjusted. Imagine the tension now going through the fighters. Obviously, when you see your opponent, you just want to go and get them. But now, when you got to pause, it's an intense few moments.
And there's some real tension, or lack of tension in those ring ropes as well, by the looks of things.
Absolutely. I think Bretherton's got a lot of supporters here.
They're all tightened and ready to go. We're back on. This is round 2. John Spencer versus Ryan Bretherton in the 72 kilogram division. Oh, lovely
Spencer showboating for the crowd there.
You know, he's a journeyman. He's a journeyman boxer from the pro ranks. He will have done that a lot with the gloves on, but with 4-ounce gloves, he doesn't want to do that too much. I know he's experienced in professional MMA. He knows these gloves very well, but you know, he doesn't want to get careless.
Certainly not with Bretherton stood opposite him as well. He's an aggressive fighter, come forward, and it looks like he hits hard. Spencer took them well so far, but Bretherton really winging those shots in, and they really hurt him when they land.
Good shot there from John Spencer. He's catching him with that right hand. As I say, I'd like to see him double it up, throw something else, because if he lands that right hand, it's the shots that you don't see, Paolo, that really hurt you.
Absolutely. And with these small 4-ounce gloves, it's a lot easier to miss a shot coming your way. End of the second round. Tricky one to call. I'll probably say Spencer potentially.
I was going with Spencer myself. I think he used that first round as a bit of a feel out, and he really pushed Bretherton. He went through the gears, and a very nice overhand right, which, as I say, I'd like to see him mix it up more, but when it does land, it's the most eye-catching shot in this fight.
I'm wondering what the advice will be in the corners, George.
Well, you've got Will Cairns in there. Will Cairns, who of course is on this bill, he's fight number 4 against Ryan Forrester in the 74 kilogram division. Those two go absolutely everywhere together. Between them, they've had easily 1,500 fights.
Phenomenal. And in the opposing corner, we have trainer Craig Roberts from Arditter's gym. He'll be advising Bretherton, keep you cool, let the shots come, and don't suffocate the work.
If you're in Ryan Bretherton's corner coming into this third round, what do you say to him?
I'd advise him keep the aggression, but not to suffocate your work. Keep a step back, because I think we tend to be backing up Spencer onto the ropes and then getting tied up. It'd be good just to keep that step back, the same as I do when I fight. I come forward too much and smother my work. So good, some action here now.
And just like John Spencer, I like to throw an overhand right with absolutely nothing behind it. So when I criticise, I know what I'm talking about. Whoa! There it is!
Counter right hand from Spencer.
The overhand right, we've been talking about it tonight. He caught him good walking in there. That'll be a 10-8 round, providing Bretherton doesn't get him back. That will be an eye-catching shot that I'm sure caught the eye of the judges. John Spencer will want to put it all over him now. He's on the front foot. Bretherton looking to clinch him, but he looks as though he's got his feet underneath him.
Bretherton still in the centre of the ring, still swinging. Spencer taking his time here.
It looks like it was more of a flash knockdown. His knees buckled there, but he does look as though he's got his footing, so that's a positive sign for Bretherton fans.
I agree, Bretherton looks good. He doesn't look wobbled. He looks okay now, absolutely. Some lovely hooks going in from both men, and both great defence from both of them. Good jab there from Bretherton.
Yeah, he'll want to get behind that jab, use that range, and not get into anything stupid. He needs to be boxing here. John Spencer's a very experienced man. He knows how to catch you with shots coming in, awkward shots, and he's just done it there. There's a warning sign there for Bretherton. He needs to take his time, he needs to feel himself out, and he needs to get behind that jab, because John Spencer is a serious puncher, a very dangerous man, and a very, very... Whoa! Nearly fell through the ropes there, Paolo.
Good body shots there. Spencer looked a bit in trouble. Comes back with a counter right hand.
A brilliant shot there. Looks as though his knees buckled a little bit.
10 seconds. I think both men will be looking forward to the end of this round.
Absolutely, but a great round for John Spencer. It's best of the fight so far.
Wow, what a round.
I mean, there's no question. We can't really argue. It's a 10-8. John Spencer, who on both of our scorecards, we've had it the same so far, is ahead. It was drawn 1-1 on both of our scorecards heading into the third, and then that 10-8 round for John Spencer brings him 2 points ahead. So by my estimation, Ryan will have to get a knockdown or a knockout to win this fight. If it goes 10-9, 10-9, this is a draw.
Absolutely. I'm very interested to see what the difference will be in the two corners' advice here. Obviously we have Will Cairns in the corner and Lewis Beattie in the same corner, and then opposite for Ryan Bretherton we have trainer Craig Roberts. I'd love to see what advice each man is giving to him. I'm sure Craig Roberts, Ryan Bretherton's coach, fantastic coach, will be saying to him, keep calm, keep composed. And to be honest, Bretherton looks okay after that knockdown.
Yeah, he's got his feet underneath him, and that's the most important thing. It was a flash knockdown, but there's warning signs there. There was a good left hook in the mid of the round that hurt him as well. He really needs to be careful here.
John Spencer is dangerous to the last bell. I've seen it on the 5th of October Hybrid Boxing League event in this same ring. He's with Ryan Forrester in a long 5-rounder. Both men give it as much as they took it. A fantastic fight.
And when we talk about fantastic calibre of opposition, John Spencer's probably had the best opponent of them all, Dan Chapman,
yes,
who of course was a Commonwealth Youth gold medalist. He was
good left hook from Bretherton.
Touted to be an Olympian, but unfortunately a motorcycle accident derailed his career, and he's since become a bare knuckle world champion, undefeated. So John Spencer's been in there with some good company.
Absolutely. I'm just seeing them keeping his distance with the double jab and long arming, making sure Bretherton's just far away enough. Spencer seems to have a lower sort of stance, which allows him to duck and weave better, talking to each other in there. So all polite though, all professional lads, until we see Sonny Wilson and Flash. I think that'll be a bit less friendly.
Oh yeah, that'll be a massive grudge match. As I say, that's later on in the night. It's our third fight of the night. We've got Dwayne Smith and Andy Beeman in the heavyweight division just before then, but that really, we've both said it's the fight to watch. But John Spencer, he's taking his time now. I think he knows he's ahead on the scorecards, but he doesn't want to cruise it too much. It could end in a draw.
Good uppercut to the body by Breatherton, and Breatherton's shown some great shots to the body with hooks on both sides. What I'd quite like to see him do, if he manages to back up Spencer again and keep his distance, throw some body shots in both sides, and then once Spencer ducks a bit more, brings his hand down, ring the shots up high to the chin, start off on the body and go upstairs. That level changing is a great sign of a good fighter.
Oh, that's a massive right hand. The best shot of the round so far. John Spencer will have to land something big here if he wants to nick this round.
Certainly a tighter round. That may have caught the judge's eyes. Breatherton goes for it again and the end of the round.
And I think it was that shot, really. It was more of a cagey round, that one, in comparison to the third round, which was absolutely fantastic. I would say that Ryan Breatherton's got that one. Again, that second round was very close. If the judges have had it for Ryan, there is a chance that if he wins this next round, he wins the fight.
We go now into the fifth and final round. It's an important one. Both men will want to cement it. It's not so clear cut at the moment, so we will want to get your fighter over the line. The fifth round is always an important one, can be a decider.
I think if I'm the corner man in either side, I'm saying go out there and stick it all over him. Don't leave anything in the tank, because this could really hinge on this round here. This is a very close contest. Of course, we've got the 10-8 round from John Spencer in the third, but Ryan Breatherton could have picked up a fair few rounds in there. This is the round that really could decide this contest. It's an important one. Both of them will not want to leave here and think about what ifs.
Certainly they touch hands.
John Spencer just parrying away that jab with the right hand.
Oh. Jab snaps back to Breatherton's head. He keeps centering.
I'm seeing some very nice parries from John Spencer, knocking down the hand. I'd like to see him come over with that shot after that parry. He's knocking Breatherton's hand down and leaving an opening, but he's not quite capitalising on it.
Just Breatherton's a lot bigger, a lot scarier, I'd say, to look at. So Spencer may be not too keen to engage on Breatherton's terms. He'll want to engage on his own terms, which is at distance, which is turning on and turning off the fight when he wants. And that's a big part of combat sport, as we both know, is making your opponent fight the way you want to fight. If you want to go for a walk, go for a walk. If they want to go for a walk, make them stay and fight. Do the opposite of what your opponent wants.
And I think for the most part, even though we've obviously seen Breatherton on the front foot for almost the entire contest, John Spencer, with his experience, he has negated the pace. He's kept it at his pace. It's not turned into a brawl. I think Breatherton got caught by a right hand quite early in the contest, and he realised that he needs to box, he needs to set up his work, and that's the sign of an experienced fighter in John Spencer, who's really controlled this fight.
I just another note there as well. This is the first time in 4-ounce gloves for Breatherton, and only the second for John Spencer. And these gloves really do allow to hit hard. Even jabs can open people up, even jabs can knock people down. And I've seen it in the fight in October. People got hurt by seemingly innocuous shots. Spencer lands a right hand there. Referee comes in to split them up as they back against the ropes. Back to centre ring now in this fifth and final round of our first contest on Hybrid Boxing League. 10 seconds left. Great body shot and counter over the right, which I said in the second round, I believe. End of the first fight, George.
It's a hard one to score. It's a hard one to score. I mean, Johnny caught him with a couple of nice overhand rights there again, but activity for Breatherton, maybe the more eye-catching shots for John Spencer. It's what you like. I mean, it's all down to the judge's decision, but I might go for a draw there, honestly, Paolo. I hate to be sitting on the fence here, but I might go for a draw.
I wouldn't complain with a draw either, and I think the matchmaking's been fantastic. Just shout out to Lee Monarm, Boxing Board of Control certified, because we saw the different styles that they both have. Sometimes when you put two people who are both front foot, they tend to clash, they tend to get tied up, but these two people are complementing styles, so I really enjoyed that matchup in terms of stylistically.
Definitely a fantastic fight, and a good taster of what's to come in tonight's action. We're packed here, we've got 8 more fights to go, and every single one of them, lots and lots to look forward to in those. Great stylistic matchups, a lot of power, and we said at the start of the night, the two of us, we didn't think many of these were going to go over the distance. This one has, so now it's time to see how the judges have got it. We're about to cross over to our ring announcer as you hear the whistling in the background. A packed out Fusion nightclub here.
Referee has just whispered the all-important verdict to our MC Bobby Blundell, who will now announce it to a big busy crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a big round of applause for both of our fighters? After 5 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges ringside in agreement scoring the contest. 48 points to 46 in favour of your winner by unanimous decision from Hard Hitters, Ryan Brotherton.
That was all 3 judges. 48-46 to Ryan Brotherton.
Round of applause for John Spencer.
Ryan Brotherton made the impossible happen, overcame a knockdown to win, get a decision over a more experienced opponent. Fantastic night for him, he's over the moon, and obviously his trainer Craig Roberts as well, very happy with him as they just shared a picture in the ring there.